Today we're going to be painting this Tulip Welcome door hanger. It is 18 inches in size and a lot of fun to paint. I'm going to walk you through it from the very beginning of choosing the colors, how I selected the colors, and how you can make choosing colors easy for you. And then I show you step by step how to create this. If you would like to paint along with me, click the link below to grab the template or the wood blank for this project. If you want to do one exactly like this, it's the 18-inch 3D door hanger, and the words are super simple to paint because you just paint them and glue them on. So get comfy and let's get started. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to just set this to the side for now, and I have already pre-mixed the navy color I told you we were going to use. You could use Royal Navy. If you're using Royal Navy, I would lighten it just a hair. Put like 3 drops of white in it. Just bring it up just a little bit, or like a few drops of a light gray. This is true blue with like 1 drop of black. And so it went from being like a really bright, vibrant blue to, it's probably hard to tell on video, more like the color of my shirt to like a navy color. All right, we're gonna grab a 1-inch wide flat tip brush, and we're actually going to paint around some of this stuff. I know that may seem odd considering I usually don't do that when I'm painting a design like this. Sometimes I just paint the whole thing and then paint over the shapes later. But given that these tulips and things are going to be really vibrant and bright colors, I don't want the navy to be under those colors because it can tone those colors down a little bit and make them a little harder to get even whiter. Now, if you want to do that, if you want to paint the whole thing navy and then go from there, you can. You will still be able to see these laser etched lines on the design. But what you'll need to do is give each flower a coat of white before you paint them with the pastels. That way it kind of neutralizes that navy. All right, quick second coat here. Little hack for that. I'm going to take my little fine mist spray bottle and just mist the surface. That will help the paint to slip really well. Depending on the color you're working with, you may or may not want to do that. The blue covers really well, so I'm not worried about it. I think I'll still get excellent coverage because I'm only kind of doing like half of a second coat here. I'm not going to a lot of effort to make sure that I've gotten in every nook and cranny. I'm mainly going to just kind of swipe it over the large areas here to make sure that like MDF color is not popping through. And the water serves the purpose of helping that paint glide and slip. Because once you've put 1 coat of paint on here, it can kind of grab that second coat and then it keeps it from spreading, and you end up using a lot more paint than you really even needed, and it takes you longer because you're having to keep putting paint on it and keep smoothing it out. So spritzing it with a teeny bit of water just helps the whole process go smoother. Let's move on and let's do the bar that goes across the middle here. You can use painter's tape for this if you want. It might make it a little easier for some of you guys to like get the lines painted on there a little quicker without having to worry about this right here. Now, the first time you're painting this, you could actually paint this navy color up and almost over the line, because the color we're going to use for the bar that goes across the middle is I've worked with it a lot. It covers really well, so I'm not worried about it not covering navy. But we're going to lay down some painter's tape. Let me kind of try to line it up here. This isn't necessary if you're comfortable painting straight lines and stuff. I'm just doing, and I am comfortable painting straight lines, but I thought for demonstration purposes, I will do it like this. Okay, I am putting my spa blue color, that's what this one is, in my palette. Okay, picking up what color is this called? Irish Moss. It's a very punchy green. I like this one a lot. I already feel like this color is just bringing the whole door hanger together. I'm kind of glad we saved it for last. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes for this polka dot because it's gonna be green and it's gonna take me forever to paint it with that little brush. So switching back to the big brush. Let's scoot this up here a moment and we're gonna paint our lettering, and I'm gonna show you quickly how to keep your lettering from bouncing around. If you're painting on a 3D door hanger of the free paint party design that we're doing behind me, if you decide to order that design in 3D, the word welcome and the white flowers are all 3D. And so if you decide to do that one, I'm not teaching it in 3D. This is how you will paint your 3D pieces. Pull off a piece of painter's tape, put it sticky side up, and then tape it down. And this is gonna save you from chasing the little wood piece all over the table and getting paint all over your hands. Now that we have that taped down, we can set this on here, give it a little push, and see it's not going anywhere now. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is get a sponge from somewhere. This will work. This little polka dot sponge bouncer. You can also use like makeup sponges. I prefer to do a sponge instead of a brush for 3D lettering because the brush always gets the paint down the edges. So then it's kind of like where we're talking about painting off the edge of the door hanger earlier. You don't want the paint dripping down the edges. It looks cleaner if you do it with a sponge because it kind of just stays only on the top. And you can either do like a little pouncy motion like this, although sometimes that leaves like a little texture. If you don't want that, then just kind of do that and smooth it. Okay, I think it's dry. Careful, careful, careful. I cannot express this enough. Peeling this off of here. If you pull too hard on one part of it, this delicate word could snap. Look how well this frog tape is working. I'm like, I don't want to break it. So I'm trying to hold it at different points to keep it from flexing because I definitely don't want to snap the word in half. Be gentle pulling it off. Okay. Also be careful picking it up, moving it around. Look how pretty. It just pops. Pops right on top of there. But like, look how flexy this is. You gotta be real careful. Okay, we're gonna get some super glue. I have painted multiple layers over here, so it's a little hard to see my etched lines at this point, but I can use this side as a guide and I can see part of it. So we're just gonna get it in this general vicinity. Actually, that's pretty good. And push down. Okay, I promised we would do the touch-ups, but before I do that, let me show you the good, bad, and the ugly. It's not ugly, but you know what I mean. Like, you guys always think my door hangers are perfect, and I never get outside the lines. I do. So all we have to do is get our round tip brush and then just go back and do our little touch-ups. But like I said, save these for the very end because it depends on what you're painting, but you might not even notice them once you're done. Now, if I want to go back through here and add some paint pen lines or anything like that, I actually think I might want to go back and add some detail lines. I feel like these tulips could use a little definition. You might not even notice these little imperfections. But the less detail you have on a door hanger, the more these little imperfections will show. So that's part of the reason why sometimes I do paint pen lines and highlights and polka dots and leopard print and all that, because the more details you add, the less you're going to notice all the little boo-boos in your project. Okay, I'm not going to worry about where I got outside the lines and the polka dots. Those don't bother me. Okay, I'm looking at the picture of the example. It shows some like white lines outlining the tulips on a couple of them, and then it shows darker lines on the others. So I'm like, maybe I'll do the thing that I used to do, which is add a teeny bit of like white to each of the designs. You could also add like a teeny bit of like a darker color, but adding white's a little safer because you're almost guaranteed to get a color you're going to like. So I'm just going to go down through here. And now that I'm done with all these colors, I'm going to add a little bit of white to each one, except the navy and the blue. I'm only doing it for the greens and the colors. Now we're going to take the bottom of a paintbrush, mix, mix, mix. Keep a baby wipe or a paper towel handy so you can just wipe your paintbrush off and move on. Okay, so now we have an even more pastel version of each color. And I'm just going to use my little round tip brush that I was just using, but I'm going to dip it in a little water to kind of dampen those bristles. Actually, I don't think I've used this one yet. I was using one of my pink handled ones. And now we're going to take this lighter pink and we're just going to kind of trace, maybe not perfectly on the edge, and we're just going to do a little outline. Okay, there's like a little outline on that, and you can definitely see that. So let's do this one. Hopefully when it dries, you can still see it as well. If not, we'll lighten it again. We'll paint over it again. Okay, I'm going to wash this out, get my yellow. Let's do yellow. Let me see if this yellow is going to be able to show up. I still feel like it needs something. Is it just me? Is it because I normally use paint pens to do little outlines and I didn't? I really kind of want to get like a fine tip black paint pen and do some more details on those tulips. So let's try some glitter. It feels like it's missing a layer. You know what I mean? Because I'm so used to adding more like details and lines that it definitely feels like, it's like she didn't put the mascara on. So we might do the glitter and then we might do paint pen. Okay, I'm gonna go for, let's do this fatter filbert tip brush. I haven't used it yet and I think it would distribute the glitter better. Okay, let's get that glitter good and dry, and I'm just going to add some paint pen lines. Y'all don't look for a minute. I'm gonna make sure I do a good job on this. Oh, I hate it, hate it, hate it. What's going on with me today? Did I not eat my Wheaties? Baby wipe to the rescue. It's another learning opportunity. If you hate your paint pen line, don't continue. Hurry up and wipe it away. That is not gonna do. I don't know if it's because it's black, but it feels like it was so out of place. So we're just gonna go with white. We're gonna go with white and we're gonna add some little accents. Okay, this is the final outcome. I like this much better. Black felt like it was going to bring the design down. And that might have just been because I just wasn't feeling it. It might not be the case for you. But for me, I was like, I don't know. I just don't want to add black to it. So that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed painting this Tulips Welcome door hanger. If you did, and you're interested in going deeper with me in painting door hangers, this is your formal invitation to join us in the Painters Clubhouse. Doors are currently open right now. We have not publicly opened the doors to the clubhouse since the fall of 2024. So this is your opportunity to jump in, start door hanger painting, and get invested in this wonderful hobby that you have now discovered. So if you've been doubting your creativity, come with me and I'll teach you how to become confident in your painting skills. The Painters Clubhouse isn't just about painting. It's about transforming self-doubt into confidence, isolation into connection, and hesitation into creative joy. So if you feel like you've had no time to prioritize your creativity, maybe you feel like you've always been making mistakes, or you're just scared to even get started, let us help you through that. We are going to make things super simple for you by providing the project, exactly what you're going to need for that project, and step-by-step guidance, along with the support of an amazing community to help you through the project. Come and join us in the Painters Clubhouse by going to paintersclubhouse.com. Doors close on April 26th. See you inside.